Welcome back to the Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from the Coffee Pod. Shushi Zed did a really good video on this 40-year-old woman that is trying to force her partner to marry her. And they're in court for it and everything. It's, I think is what the future of a lot of women are going to look like, the desperateness of women. So please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. And let's get to the chow. It's chow time.
Joseph, YouTube, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chishi Zed.
Drink the coffee,
And make you feel better.
Beautiful woman begs man to propose to her. Listen, guys, this story has an unexpected turn of events. Keep watching. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
You are being a doormat. I'm letting you know. I'm looking you in the face because you brought this case here.
But it's been 5 years. I
It's
don't
been
wanna lose
5 years. You're not losing the whole 5 years. You're gaining the next 5 years.
This is how desperate women get once they get to a certain age. They don't want to lose those years. They want that ring.
You are gaining the
But
next
I want to
5
have them with him. I want to have the 5 years with him. I don't want to start all over again.
See, women want the men they want. They want the Pookies and Ray Rays that look good. It's not about anything else. Look at that. She's willing to beg a man to marry her because he's been with her for 5 years. And it only takes a certain man to do this. Not every man qualifies for a woman to beg for him like this. So.
And that's too much.
Right.
It's too much. And you know what? Right, what? You agree?
Yes, I want to be with you, but
Then you know what? No, you know what? Around you either marry me or you reimburse me. It's that simple. I have the ring already. All you got to do is get on your knees and propose.
she is not going to lie.
She has the ring already. All he has to do is get up on one knee and propose. Just emasculated the man.
About manhood and
another
the
excuse.
man that I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to get a ring.
He definitely looks like a Ray Ray or Pookie, right? Decent looking, decent build, has the chain, has the neck, has the earring. And from what she explains, like she takes care of him too, so.
I'm going to propose to
Here,
her when the
take this
time is
one.
right.
Take this
I
one.
have not even got to build a relationship with her family.
In
But you
case no one else has figured this out, y'all are not compatible. You are
spent all of
living
this
in a
time.
fantasy world, baby. In a fantasy world.
Look, even when a judge tells her that she's living in a fantasy world, she still is grasping onto that fantasy.
This is not your husband.
Your Honor.
Title should say beautiful older woman begs man to propose because she spent her younger days in the streets, chasing her career, chasing Pookie, being a boss babe, being strong and independent, saying no, this is the future, ladies. Wake up.
There's been so much time
is
invested
barely
in him.
your
It's not fair.
boyfriend.
It's not fair.
It may not be fair, but it's true. Baby, he is
Val,
not your
please.
husband.
Please. Just
And you are not going to sit here on this room with me and
sad.
cry over somebody that does not deserve your tears.
Again, this is like the sisterhood, right? Look how much she is like gassing her up still, that she's the prize, that she deserves better and all this. Not saying that she doesn't. I'm just saying, just like, look at the default mode for other women.
Absolutely not.
Are you saying you don't want me?
I do want to marry you. Your Honor, I have one more thing to say, and I did not want to bring this up. But I went through her phone,
Don't they all?
and I saw her having a conversation with somebody, and I found out she's been lying to me, and
Okay.
she has her tubes tied. Oh. You know I want to tell you. You know I want to marry you, but you've been
Val.
lying to me. You've been leading me on this entire time.
In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to successfully shoot your shot and message.
I was going to tell you,
your
or about.
tubes tied.
Yes, they are. I was going to tell you, but they can be reversed. It's $10,000. I already have the doctor on speed
Okay.
dial. What's
You have your gynecologist that's going to reverse your tube tied on speed dial?
What's up?
Listen, for a moment there, I know some of you felt bad for this woman. Hey, I get it. But only to find out that he has a pretty good reason. Not only is she
He has
older
a solid reason.
and unable to get married, she tied her tubes. And women just don't get the men marry for children. That's like a very, 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 very...
I mentioned that a lot on here, that men want children. Most do. And then I always get the clap back of, I don't want children. Just because he wants children doesn't mean I want children. Well, that's part of the problem. It's hard to find a good man if you don't want kids or you don't want to raise kids, because that's what that man's going to want.
Very, very, very big reason a lot of men marry. She lied. The truth comes out. Let's get back into it.
What's up? I have the doctor on speed dial. He can
lying
reverse
to me.
those.
Yeah, look at her,
reverse
like, double
that.
down and just like, what's up?
Easy.
Your Honor.
So, Miss Thompson, to be honest with you, if you've been saying you wanted to have a baby and he found out X amount of months ago, how long did you have that procedure? How long ago?
20 years ago.
God damn.
Oh my God.
God damn. 20 years ago? Is that even reversible now after 20 years? Holy shit. I don't know how biology works and this surgery stuff works, but after 20 years of not being able to have babies, then just go into cut yourself to be able so you can have, I don't know, that sounds like a lot of complications. Just literally. Damn, 20 years. And I don't know how long she's been with this guy for 5 years, never told the man. And she thought that she can just hide it. And then if they did get married, she'll just get it reversed secretly. And then all of a sudden she's okay again. And then she still might not be able to have kids. And he might not even know the reason why. Look at how cynical some women can be because they want a husband or want to be with someone. No, let me get this wrong. They want to be with a particular someone. It's not just anyone. It's always like their alpha widow, right? The person that they think that is the best that they can get. And they almost know that that's just probably the best that they can get. They're going to fight tooth and nail for that person.
What about it's reversible?
Oh my God. Oh,
look at Zed.
it's embarrassing.
Sir,
No, you a grown man.
there was a moment that
And you look at that, where she was crying earlier. And look at her now. Look at how women use their tears. Look at that fake crying just to elicit sympathy from everyone else. But now look at her. She's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. It's funny because I'm going to mention a story with one of my best friends. His wife, they're more recently married. And his wife caused a scene because, okay, I'm just going to tell the story. He sat next to her brother's girlfriend at the bar. He just went there to go. He was sitting at the bar, her other sister sitting at the bar, and then her sister's friend sitting at the bar. My friend goes to the bar, sits there, and is waiting for his drink. This is like a group party. Everybody's there eating pizza, hanging out at the bar. She gets upset and goes up and whispers to him afterwards, tells him like, oh, I don't think it was okay that you sat next to whatever, and just whispered in his ear. And then later, she starts crying in front of everyone, trying to make him out to be the bad guy. And I talked to we were talking amongst our friends about it, and one of my friends is like, no, like she wasn't doing that purposely or whatever it is. She was just crying. I'm like, no, she's using that to manipulate you. you got to understand, men. Women use their tears very effectively. They know how to use their tears since they were young, especially if they were raised by a father. Those tears work so well on their father and well on men, they know it works for everyone else. They've been trained since they were young how to use their tears. Right? And if they were sad and whatever it is, and they're embarrassed or whatever, why would they cry in public, in a bar, in front of everyone, other than to elicit sympathy? If they are sad or whatever, walk away and go cry somewhere else, right? But no, they cry in public. They make a scene so it makes you look like the bad guy. This is what women do.
I only thought that you were the user in this room. I was wrong. You kind of both deserve each other, because I have never seen the most dysfunctional people who lie to each other, who steal each other's dreams, who pretend that they are in love, but they have no respect for themselves or each other. The example that you are setting for your child is not one that I admire. And sir, pay for your own stuff.
We got more here. We've got more or what?
That's embarrassing.
Are you gonna pay me my money back?
That's embarrassing.
Are you gonna pay me my money back? You really gonna leave me?
She did this in public TV. How embarrassing is this?
You're doing this?
Babe, you don't want no baby anyway.
What? Women. Straight up gaslight the man. You don't want no baby anyways. Fuck. That upsets me because I wanted kids originally, and then I got with my wife, and then she changed her mind about it. But I was already married, and I was the committed type. So I just had to just kind of take it. So her trying to gaslight the man and saying I'm telling him he doesn't need no kids kind of upsets me and triggers me a little bit. Just because it's so easy for women to do this. It's so easy for them to say, oh, I do want kids. Oh, yeah, of course. Let's have 3 kids together. And then once you get married, it's their body, their choice. Right? I'm not blaming them. I mean, it's their body, their choice. But we got married or we got together in thoughts of having kids. So you just took away a big portion of my goals in life.
That's a deal breaker, man.
How?
How is not having kids a deal breaker, really, lady?
Robert, in a million years. I mean, I'm a pretty good cross-examiner, but I'd be darned.
I've seen Spanish novelas with less drama.
That was the most dysfunction that I have seen in a long time.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
And for her to be still begging him, I don't want either one of them.
He laid down that amazing pipe. Trust me. He piped, like, he was taking advantage of her, right? Like, according to this, like, she was paying for a lot of his shit and stuff like that. You know why? He's good looking, and he laid down the amazing pipe. This guy was like the Mario Brothers of fucking laying pipe down. This is exactly why she cannot let this man go. She's stuck. She's been widowed by this man.
To end up with anybody else ruining their lives.
No way.
Holla.
All right. Yeah. What'd you guys think of that? I'm just going to jump into these comments, man. As always, let's check out these comments, see what the people have to say. First comment here comes from a woman, and it says, she dried them tears up fast.
Correct.
Guys, women use tears to manipulate.
She did.
And you have to learn how to not give in to them. You got to learn how to not. I mean, she was crying. I mean, she was going. And as soon as she got caught, boom, in her own shit,
I caught it.
Tears. Right. It's a miracle. Another comment here says she was playing the victim and was the villain the whole time. The whole time. And she's gonna end up in the worst position because he's young, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He go out, find himself a
she's already 40
woman who is ready to have kids, she's only going to get older.
That's the other thing. She's 40 and has had her tube tied for 20 years and thinks that she can untie them and then just have babies normal at 40 years old.
Time. Next comment from another person says, rob me of my manhood. And his voice just seems a little, to me. Another comment from somebody else says, don't let your boyfriend stop you from meeting your husband. Coming from the lady alone with pink hair. Next comment from another woman says, that's why you should not put all your eggs in one basket. You're single until you're married.
Oh, women. Yes. So she's saying that she should have slept around, should have had like 5 guys in her roster and then pick from there, right? That's exactly what she's trying to say. Like, this hookup culture and just how women want to go about, like finding mates is not how men view things.
She's like, talk to multiple men, lady. Another chick here says, this is why you don't let men waste your time, because you hit this point, it don't take these dudes all day to know if they want you or not. Yeah, or I have an idea. Why not get married when men find you the most attractive?
Correct.
Not when you're pushing 50, like the woman in this video. Next comment from another woman says, I'm glad she have tubes tied because he playing games with her.
That's all I'm going to do.
How did this woman watch that whole thing and think to herself, he's the one playing games?
What?
Another woman responded back to that. Chicken says, but I get his point. You want a ring, but I never met your family. That's backwards. Yeah, that's hella backwards.
Yeah, backwards.
Listen, I'll say this many times and I'll continue to say it. If you run into an older woman and she's unmarried, best believe there's a good reason why. Best believe there is. Unless she's done extraordinary amounts of therapy work and gained some serious understanding, know that there's a reason why.
Correct.
All right.
How was that delusional, Chow? Like, that was quite delusional. And not just delusional, she tricked the man. She tricked the man from the beginning, right? She tricked him from the beginning. She knew he wanted kids. And he found out that she cannot have kids. So why would he want to marry her after that? It just doesn't make sense. Like, and for her to try to gaslight saying like, oh, you don't need kids, like it's fine. And like, kids is a big deal to men. Like the men that do concess, it's because they love you and they're already married to you. That's why they concess. That's why I did. If I had the chance to divorce or leave right away after I found that out, I still probably wouldn't, because I'm not the type to leave a marriage. So please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. It's chow time.